What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dr. Davis, and I'm back again with another NBA 2K23 video. And whoo, like I told you earlier, guys, I have been gone for about 3 or 4 days, and we have gotten so much information on NBA 2K23. If you look in the background, you are going to be watching videos from the Jordan Challenge. Shout out to Joe Knows. Great guy, man. I've always loved his content. I've been watching him since he was before Knows, but this is his video, so I'm going to link this video and his channel in the description if you want to watch the full video with some of his thoughts. But I'm just going to touch on a couple of things in the Jordan Challenge so I can get to the MyPlayer Builder. That is going to be the biggest news that we have for today. So lock in, because this is going to be a long video because there is a lot to explain, but I want to make sure that you guys have all the information needed to make the best builds possible. So once again, like I said, this is Joe Knows video. I'm going to link the video in the description if you want to go check that out for him. But after watching the video of the Jordan Challenge, the first thing that stuck in my mind was not to take too much from it because he was playing on rookie. But the first thing that I noticed in this video is just the movement of the players. Completely different with the addition of the adrenaline boost. This is probably the thing that most people are watching for, especially me, is to see what the adrenaline boost look like. And man, when I tell you I'm excited, because there is no major move you can make in the game without using an adrenaline boost. And so anytime you try to do a speed burst or a misdirection dribble or anything like that, you use one of those adrenaline boosts. And so for each possession, you only have 3. So if you look right now, well, he's in pause right now. But if you look on offense and defense, you have 3 adrenaline boosts. So anytime you reach, you lose an adrenaline boost. Anytime you go up to block a shot by pressing triangle or Y, you lose an adrenaline boost. So if you are a spammer or an ultimate jumper, you are going to be dog tired every time you try to do something. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of shifts the defense. And now when you look at offense on the adrenaline boost, momentum crossover, momentum behind the back, anytime you're trying to burst left or right, that is going to take an adrenaline boost. And so if you were one of those people that like to dribble for 24 seconds to dribble out the shot clock, you're going to be in trouble. Because if you watch the video, Joe Knows talks about once he finished dribbling and he had no more stamina, he was moving super slow. Like he was moving like a snail. And so it's going to be a lot harder to kind of get free. So you're going to have to be really, really focused and really purposeful with the moves that you do when it comes to dribbling. As someone who likes to learn the dribbling system and learn the moves that I have, I'm excited about that. But like I said, for those of you who like to do all that extra stuff, beware. But I'm glad 2K kind of changed that. Hopefully they stick with that, and then we can go from there. Second thing I noticed is the badges. So some of the badges you can see in action. So of course, young Michael Jordan, he doesn't have all the badges. He doesn't have all the 99 badges. You can see this is 83 Michael Jordan, because this was his years in college. And so of course he doesn't have all the badges, but some of the badges you can see in the video and see. So comment down below if you see any badges that you think you may want to equip based off this Michael Jordan video. But for all you slashers, it looks like it's going to be nice. He was getting to the basket easily, finishing, had some nice finishes around the rim. Now keep in mind, this is on rookie, but I like some of the new animations that they added. So I'm excited to see that. Now, as a My Career player, the next thing I noticed was the lack of IQ and movement for the AI. Now, for most of y'all, that won't be a problem because you'll be playing online, but hopefully that's just because it was rookie, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So now let's get to the main part, which is the MyPlayer Builder. And so this year they are bringing us an all new MyPlayer Builder. And by all new, I really just mean for next gen. So if you're a current gen, I'm sorry, you're gonna get a new builder, but it's not gonna be one with what I'm gonna be talking about in a second. And so in this MyPlayer Builder, I'm gonna be posting up some screenshots just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And as we look at the shooting category, the first thing I want you to notice are the tiers. So as you see in tier 1, all of the Hall of Fame badges in tier 1 are 4 points. As you get to tier 2, that goes up to 6 points. And as you get to tier 3, that goes up to 8 points. So the higher the tier that you go, the more points you're going to have to spend. And so something that he talked about in the video is that in each tier, in order to move to tier 3, you're going to have to spend 10 badges total from tier 1 and tier 2. So that means in tier 1, you can have 3 bronze badges, and then tier 2, you can have a silver and a gold that equals up to 7 badges. So together, you'll have 10 badges spent. That is the only way you can get to tier 3 badges. Now, what makes that crazy is once you get to tier 3, you still have to have enough points to purchase the badges. And so, for those of you who make builds with like 3 or 4 badges, you're never going to get to tier 3. You have to have at least 18 badges in that tier to get to a tier 3 badge. The next part I want to talk about are the rating requirements in order to get there. So these screenshots come from Laker Fan. Shout out to Laker Fan. I am going to put his video in the description as well so you can check it out to get a more in-depth version. But for each badge, he tells us what the requirement is. And so some standouts from shooting for those requirements were in order to get Hall of Fame Limitless Range, you have to have a 99.3. In order to get Hall of Fame Fading 3, you have to have a 96.3. And so already, as you can see, he has a 6-foot player, and his shooting goes up to a 99. 3-point shot. So he can get Hall of Fame in all of those. But if you look at his defense, he absolutely has nothing. So if you were going to go for 99, you're going to be sacrificing a lot. And so 2K is really trying to focus on people being good at a lot of things, but not being able to stretch out or not being able to be great at a lot of categories. So I really do like that about what I'm seeing. And then I want to look at the finishing badges. Now, as we look at the finishing badges, you can see the same thing, right? In order to get to tier 1 and 2, you have to put 10 in tier 1 and 2 in order to get to tier 3. Now, when we look at some of the standouts as far as the finishing badges and what the requirements are, something that he talked about was in order to have Hall of Fame posterizer, you have to have a 99 driving dunk. In order to have limitless takeoff on gold, you have to have at least a 90. And so 2K is doing a great job of putting gold a little higher. So all of the thresholds seem a little higher. And if you're wanting to get that Hall of Fame badge, you are really going to have to sacrifice a lot in order to do that. So 2K is really making people choose exactly what they want to be able to do. Do they want to be great in one aspect as far as like being a specialized role player? Or do you want to just be good at everything? And it seems like those those silver and bronze badges are going to be very, very important if you want to have a well-balanced build this year. And so now I want to take a look at the defensive badges. So as you can see on this player, he has pretty decent high-rated defense. This is on a 6-foot guard. So as you can see, clamps for a 6-foot guard is going to be in tier 3 and interceptor and glove. Now for a 6'9", those might not be in tier 3. And so that's what I was talking about earlier when I was pointing out how different badges can be in different tiers depending on what the position, the height, the weight, all that stuff can be determined based on the tiers that it go in. And so some of the major badge requirements on this one. So for those of you, interceptor and glove, you have to have a 90 and a 95 on ball steal or off ball steal just to get interceptor and glove. For both of those, you're going to have a 99 for Hall of Fame. And something that I like that he talked about is how each badge is pointed to a specific rating. So for example, when we go back to the shooting, limitless range is only for threes. So if your three is not a 99, a 90, or a 99, then you won't be able to get limitless range. For rebounding, for box out beast, if you don't have any strength, you won't be able to get box out beast. No longer is it connected to rebounding. And so when you're making your build, you're going to have to make a decision about how exactly you want to play this game. And now I've saved the best for last, and that is our playmaking. Playmaking. Now we all know those point guards with the left, right, the 99 speed with ball, doing all that. That is no more. If you look at his 6 foot, 155 pound guard, his speed with ball is only an 83. So no longer are you going to be able to left, right with the same type of speed and quickness. Now, is it just the way he made it? Maybe. But to not see a 95 or a 96 speed with ball on a 6 foot, 155 pound, it actually makes me very, 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 very happy. But now let's get into some of the ratings, and then I'm going to talk about more in depth with the playmaking. So some of the big ratings to playmaking. So as you can see, ankle breaker is not that high, but it's in tier 1. So that means for someone who can really dribble, ankle breaker is in tier 1. Now as you get taller, I'm sure that ankle breaker is going to move to tier 3. But as you can see, clamp breaker, killer combos, all of those are able to get on, but it's going to cost you a lot of badge points in order to do it. And so unpluckable, you have to have a 99 ball handle. Quick first step, 99. And it was something else that was a 99. I'll have to find it exactly what he was talking about. Yeah. So yeah, those, all of the major things. Mismatch expert, you have to have a 97, I believe. But most of the playmaking badges, you have to have a high rating. So 2K is really, like I said earlier, it's going to force you to pick what type of player you want to be. How important is ball handling for you and the way you play in your build? Like if you can't live without it, then you are going to sacrifice a lot in other areas. And so you want to make sure that you are building your player to the best of the ability that you have to play the game. Now, as you look at the core badge, this is what it looks like when you're putting in your badges. So you see you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Now, as you look, it sees badge points required at the bottom of tier 3 in order to get to tier 3. So in tier 1, remember, tier 1 and tier 2, you have to have 10 total badge points used before you can get to tier 3. And if you look on the right side of the screen, you will see equip core badges. When you are looking for your equip core badges, remember, you can use any badge you have to be equipped, but you have to be able to pay for a badge in that tier. For example, if I want limitless takeoff, I have to buy limitless takeoff and be able to afford another badge in that tier in order to put it towards my core badge. Now you only get one core badge and it's free, so you have to really think about what you want to do. So for example, if you want to be a deep range shooter, right? You want to have those points for limitless range, so then you can have limitless range for free, and then you could probably move those other badge points to Deadeye or something like that. And so it's going to be very, very important that you don't rush through your build. You look at the build system, you really sit down, think about it, think about who you're going to be playing with. All of that is going to be important. Now, I know no matter what, I'm going to have a guard no matter what I do. So I'm already thinking about what badges I'm going to have and things like that. If you want to know any more information on the badge requirements, anything like that, and the builder itself, I'm going to link Laker Fan and Joe No videos in the description. Please go check them out. I really like the information that they put out. They're not worried about the cheese or doing all that. Like, they're really just playing the game just to play the game, have fun with it, and, you know, make people successful with their builds. And so that's something that I would love for y'all to do. Go check them out. Also, I'm going to be 24-hour streaming. Can't wait to do that, man, when 2K drop in a couple of days. So tomorrow, we are supposed to get... well, before I even get to that, if you're still watching the video, thank you. This is a lot of information. It's a long video, so thank you for that. Also, 2K is going to be dropping City News. Man, I cannot wait. I'm going to pre-order the game today. Get that downloaded to my system, man. I am so excited. The MyPlayer Builder looks incredible. I can't wait. I'm such a grindhead. I can't wait to kind of get in there and really put specs to players. You're really going to be able to build the type of player you want. I can't wait for it. If any of you have ever played a role-playing game, you understand how tiers work. But, man, I feel like this is going to be a good game. A great game, actually. I can't wait. As I've said previously, usually the third cycle of 2K in a new system is always the best 2K, a la 2K8, which is one of my favorites, 2K16, of course, and then now 2K23. So I honestly cannot wait, man. Please let me know down in the comment section, what is going to be your first build? What do you think about the builder, and what do you think about the gameplay? Once again, follow me on Twitch at Dr. Davis Gaming. I'm going to be streaming as soon as it hits 11. We're going to be in the builder, just creating builds. So if you have any builds you want to know, you can also put that down in the description. Outside of that, man, thank you again for staying and watching the whole video. Be blessed. Peace.